Well, it's me again. Miss Info, lady on the go, lady in the know. Listen, I couldn't wait to get this information to you because the question that was posed was valid. And because I didn't know, I was anxious to get the correct answer. If you've been following me, I recently posted a video about Social Security. And the question came up, what happens to the money after you die? I have the answer for you. Oh, you ain't gonna like it, but I have the answer. So let's start over, because I did a series of videos that sort of kind of brought you up to speed about Social Security. So let's take it from the top, shall we? So if you've paid into Social Security for many years, the benefits are not considered your personal property. Instead, they're considered a social insurance program that's managed by the federal government. Social Security was established on August the 14th of 1935 when President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act. Now, the law was enacted in 1935, but the first payroll taxes weren't collected until January of 1937, 2 years later, and regular ongoing monthly benefits began in January of 1940, a 3-year gap. However, that was more than 80 years ago from today. This means that while you are eligible to receive benefits based on your contributions, mind you, they're calling them contributions, these benefits are subject to changes by Congress. So while you have a right to receive benefits if you meet the requirements, it's not classified as a personal property right. Who knew? I certainly didn't. So here's a good case that was used to determine if in fact this money belongs to us or not. There was a case of Flemming versus Nestor in 1960. And here's the case in a nutshell. Ephraim Nestor was a Bulgarian immigrant. He'd been living here, working here, and paying into Social Security. He had his Social Security benefits terminated in 1956 after being deported for having been a Communist Party member in the 1930s. So 30 years earlier, he joined the Communist Party and got busted for it 30 years later. I'm sorry, 1930, 50, 20 years later. So Section 202N of the Social Security Act mandated that benefits be stopped for individuals deported on certain grounds, and that included Communist Party membership. So Nestor sued, arguing that the law was unconstitutional because it deprived him of an accrued property right without due process. The bottom line, he lost. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Social Security benefits are not considered a contractual right or property right of the beneficiary. The court held that Congress has the authority to modify or terminate Social Security benefits, and beneficiaries do not have a guaranteed property interest in those benefits. What this means? Congress can modify or terminate these benefits without violating the Constitution. And there haven't been any updates overturning this ruling. So the This decision remains a precedent in U.S. law, means it stands as the current standard in U.S. law. And I say, really? Nobody has challenged this law at all? To make a significant change to Social Security, such as reducing or eliminating benefits or even changing who owns the money, Congress would need to pass new legislation. The process involves several steps. A proposal, meaning a member of Congress would introduce a bill proposing changes to Social Security. And number 2, a committee review. The bill would be reviewed and debated in relevant committees in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. And you and I already know that ain't happening. Now, to further shed light on the Social Security funds, the question was asked, what happens to the money that I paid in after I die? That's a darn good question, and I didn't know the answer, so I did my homework. And here's the straight answer. There is no account balance in Social Security Administration that gets passed around like a bank account. Social Security is based on a system that's called pay as you go. That means the money you pay in through payroll tax is not saved in your name. It's used right now to pay current retirees, disabled workers, and survivors. Even though there's no leftover balance, some benefits are still paid out, and it's meager. Survivor benefits. Family members may receive ongoing monthly payments. That's your spouse, especially if they're 60 or older and caring for a child, minor or disabled children, and sometimes dependent parents, sometimes. There's a small lump sum that they pay. It's a death benefit. They pay it to a surviving spouse or eligible child. It's $255. What you gonna do with that? $255. And last monthly payment rules. And I'm including this because if you die in the middle of the month or you die, they have rules for how they calculate it. So if you die before receiving your payment, that payment may go to a spouse or to your estate. It might. Now, if you die during a month, Social Security does not pay for that month. So if you die before the month, that month coming, you'll get paid, or your estate will get paid. But if you die like in the middle of the month, during the 15th or something, it's not going to pay for that month. So what happens? What am I saying here? There is no lump sum payout of what you paid in. There is no inheritance. Nobody can inherit your Social Security contributions. And there is no refund check paid to your estate. The last check is the last check. And I know how people feel, because I did. I'm like, I paid in this thing all my life, all my working life. Where did my money go? The answer is it supported previous generations. When I was working, I was paying for the guy behind me. I'm retired now. Anybody working now is paying for the guy behind them. That would have been me. So based on the current state of affairs, these young people ain't working. No. There's less being paid into the kitty for future generations, which is why they're saying that it might go bust and all of this. So listen, if nobody ever explained this to you, share this with somebody who needs to hear it. You've tapped into the information nation because you don't know what you don't know. You better ask somebody. You can take that to the bank. Take care.